It's 11 a.m. here in Seoul. I'm Oh Soo-young at the Arirang News Center. We're moments away from bringing you a briefing from the South Korean health authorities on the COVID-19 situation here in the country. And now Son Young-rae, the spokesperson for the Ministry of Health, will fill us in on the latest situation on the COVID-19 virus in Korea.
First of all, we have Mr. Son Young-rae with the explanation on the COVID-19 response. Let us now begin our regular briefing for October 30th, Friday. As of today midnight, we have 93 new local infections, and among them in the metropolitan area, we have 72 cases and 31 in the non-metropolitan area as well. And yesterday, we had one more additional fatality, and I extend my deepest condolences to the deceased and the members of the bereaved family. Centering around the capital area, we are still seeing cluster infections, and this week, we also have the domestic cases hovering around 90, and in the metropolitan area we have about 70 cases on a weekly basis, and we also have a slight increase in the number of cases compared to the week ago. And looking at the cluster infections that have broke out lately, we are seeing not only cluster infections at multi-use facilities as well as the care centers for the elderly, but also with other cluster meetings in relation to family gatherings and so forth. After adjusting the social distancing level to level 1, we have seen a large increase in the movement of people as well. However, we need to also note that we have about 51 people with severe or critical conditions, which is also improving slightly, and we have about 140 beds dedicated to use for these critically ill patients. And we believe that we are having a capacity to deal with the critically ill patients as well. And the fatality rate stands at 1.75, meaning that we do not have an increased burden on the medical capacity. Right now, it is very important that we trace down any patients, and we still see a very fast transmissions of the virus. We are containing large-scale outbreak. However, we are prone to any kind of infections going forward. So we ask you to also guarantee the life quarantine measures as well as the daily routines. And it is very important that we have to exert your utmost efforts to practice life quarantine measures to this end. And to this end, the government will also intensify our crackdown on the quarantine as well as infections for the multi-use facilities as well as the care centers for the elderly patients. And we will also be inspecting all of the hospitals and similar care centers around the country. And we also have tested about 90,000 people. They have been completed the testings. As for the people who are working at the nursing hospitals here in the metropolitan area, we have seen that one person have tested positive. And also in Busan area, we have tested a massive number of the people who are working at these nursing hospitals as well. And one person also tested positive as well. And we are also intensifying our crackdown on quarantine for the special entrance on the military as well as other multi-use facilities. And starting this weekend, we will also have an intensified crackdown for the nightlife entertainment venues, especially we are ahead of the Halloween weekend. And if there is a one time of a breach carried out by these facilities, we will be having stern measures, including suspension of the business operations going forward. So during this year's holiday party, we ask you to refrain from going to large-scale gatherings and also refrain from going to confined, closed, and close contact environment. And next, we have some measures related to enhancing the dining culture, and we have also highlighted the fact that we have some rules, especially 3 types of areas where we need to improve our dining culture, and they include a more intensified crackdown as well as disinfection in relation to the utensils as well. And we have also designated 11,000 eateries that are great role models for these safe eateries, and we are also making sure that these culture will also be stationed across all of the eateries nationwide, and we also will develop and cultivate a special quarantine guideline. And starting from August, we have been making sure to promote the campaign of utilizing personal dishes, and we are also cooperating with the many broadcasting companies so that these kind of cultures can be stationed in our daily lives. So we ask for the individual public to also wear face masks while they are not dining, and when they are sharing food, please use your own servings as well. And during the weekend, we believe that many people will go out on outings to view the maple leaves, and we believe that we will also have an increase in the religious facilities events as well. And right now, as we have the level 1 social distancing measure, it is very important that we contain the virus spread, and this is the most effective way to fight against COVID-19 in the long run. And lately, we have seen cluster infections breaking out at eateries, nursing hospitals, nursing homes, and PC rooms, as well as singing rooms, which are also prone to large cluster infections. However, these are venues that are closely related to our daily lives. In order to contain the virus at these places, we need a public support. When you are stepping outside, you need to always wear a face mask regardless of where you are. And if you are enjoying sports, or when you are eating, when you cannot wear your face mask, please take particular precautions. And when you are going to crowded and confined places, please refrain as possible to go to these places, and please make sure that activities like sports or singing that increase the travel of respiratory droplets are also dangerous. Thank you very much.
지금부터 질의응답 시간을 가지겠습니다.
Well, that was Hong Yong-le, Ministry spokesman for the Health Ministry of South Korea, updating us on the latest figures, the COVID-19 figures rather, in South Korea. We just heard that there were additional coronavirus cases as of Friday midnight, the numbers being an extra 114 overnight, bringing the total to 26,385. And there was unfortunately one additional death, bringing the total to 463. Well, that does it for our coverage of this morning's briefing. We will be back at 12 p.m. Korea time with our regular news presented by Mark Broom. Bye for now.
Bustling subway station. Though it looks like an ordinary subway station, there is a special project being carried out here. In this station, there is a smart farm growing vegetables. Called a metro farm, it is a smart farming system that uses cutting-edge ICT technology to regulate all the elements necessary for plants to grow. The Metro Farm uses remote-controlled robots, so production and cultivation can continue 24 hours a day. This is a use case for both AI and the remote technologies that is being accelerated by COVID-19.
이러한 인도어팜은 미세먼지라든지 병해충, 이물질이 완벽히 차단되어 있는 무농약 재배 시스템으로서 소비자들이 믿고 구매할 수 있다는 장점을 가지고 있습니다.
The produce grown at the Metro Farm is used to make fresh salads, which are then sold from a vending machine. This makes the Metro Farm an attractive choice in the contactless era during COVID-19. A magical place where vegetables can grow throughout the whole year without sunlight. Thanks to the Metro Farm, we can take a peek into the future of agricultural technology. In Smart Farms, AI meets farming in the COVID-19 world.
After the World Health Organization named fine dust particles as #1 cause for cancer, sales of air purifiers have surged. There's a Korean company that is drawing attention with a product that does not require filter replacements. We explore Altoran Research Institute, a company that specializes in developing air purifiers. Altoran Research Institute specializes in developing and distributing air purifiers. Its goal is to identify consumers' needs and make products that are necessary in everyday life. It is striving to develop products that not only have excellent performance but also design.
알토란 연구소는 알토란 같은 제품을 만들고자 2012년도에 스타트업된 벤처 전문 기업입니다. 저희는 소비자가 요구하는 기술과 그다음에 세상이 이롭게 될 수 있는 많은 기술을 사업화하는 데 저희가 업무의 영역을 다 쏟고 있고요. 그 제품으로서 저희가 나오는 것들이 공기청정기와 그다음에 공책과 같은 공기 측정할 수 있는 인디케이터도 저희가 지금 개발을 하고 있습니다.